Europe, a continent where every country feels like a different world. One moment you're sipping coffee in a Paris cafe, the next you're cruising through the canals of Venice, and just a few hours later you could be hiking in the Swiss Alps or relaxing on a beach in Greece. But here's the challenge: planning a Europe trip isn't easy. With 44 countries, endless routes, different currencies, visas, and transport options, it can feel overwhelming. That's why I created this Europe Travel Guide series. Step by step, we'll explore everything you need to know. From choosing your route, getting your visa, booking hotels, saving money on trains and flights, to figuring out the best time to visit, the food to try, and how to travel smarter. Europe is every traveler's dream, but with 40 plus countries, countless cultures, and endless attractions, the hardest question is always, where do I start? Planning your Europe route can feel like trying to pick your favorite Netflix show. Too many options and not enough time. Don't worry. In this first episode of the Europe Travel Guide series, we'll figure out how to choose the best route for your Europe trip without turning it into a crazy marathon. Why route matters. Europe looks small on the map, but don't be fooled. In just a 2-hour train ride, you could be in a whole new country with new food, new language, and new culture. Sounds amazing, right? But it also means if you don't plan properly, you'll spend more time packing and unpacking than actually enjoying your trip. And let's be honest, no one wants their Europe memory to be just dragging suitcases through train stations. Before you even start booking flights and hotels, there's one big question you need to answer. Which part of Europe should you explore? Now here's the thing. Europe isn't just one travel experience. It's a continent full of contrasts, and the route you choose will completely change the vibe of your trip. Tried and tested routes. If you're dreaming of classic Europe, picture this: walking through the charming streets of Paris, riding a gondola in Venice, exploring the ancient ruins of Rome, and visiting royal palaces in Vienna. This is Western Europe, romantic, historic, and full of bucket list landmarks. But here's the catch: it can get expensive. Countries like France, Switzerland, Germany, and Austria are stunning, but they often come with higher accommodation and food costs. So if your budget is flexible and you want to tick off the world-famous spots, Western Europe could be perfect for your first trip. But what if you're looking for something less crowded, more affordable, and honestly, just as amazing? Enter Eastern Europe. Imagine soaking in Budapest's thermal baths, getting lost in Prague's fairy tale old town, hiking in Slovakia, or sipping wine on the Croatian coast. It's cheaper, but the experience is just as magical, sometimes even better. And then we've got Scandinavia: Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. This is where you chase the northern lights, cruise through epic fjords, and explore cities that somehow feel both futuristic and cozy. The catch? It's expensive. Like, my coffee costs more than my bus ride. Expensive, but worth it if that's your dream. Now, for my beach lovers, there's the Mediterranean route. Think Greek islands with whitewashed houses, Italy's Amalfi Coast, Spain's colorful beaches, and Portugal's stunning cliffs. The vibe here is sunny, relaxed, and perfect for foodies, photographers, or anyone who loves sunsets by the sea. The best part? You don't have to stick to just one route. Europe has amazing trains, budget airlines, and buses that make it super easy to mix and match. For example, you can start in Paris, hop over to Amsterdam, then Berlin, and wrap things up in Prague, all in one trip. Pretty cool, right? Before you pick your destinations, ask yourself, what kind of traveler am I? Love history? Go for Rome, Athens, or Berlin. Big on romance and art? Paris, Florence, Vienna will steal your heart. Adventure junkie? Switzerland, Norway, Slovenia. Want fun without going broke? Eastern Europe, Budapest, Krakow, Prague is your best buddy. Think of it like pizza toppings. There's no wrong choice, but if you throw everything on there, it just turns into a mess. And remember, Europe isn't about ticking off the most countries. It's about the little moments. Wandering Prague's cobbled streets, or watching the sunset behind Santorini's cliffs. So pick the route that fits your vibe and your budget, and Europe will give you memories for life. Less is more. Here's where most travelers go wrong. They try to do 10 countries in 10 days, and trust me, All they remember from the trip is airports, security checks, and bad sandwiches at train stations. Instead, if you have 7 to 10 days, stick to 2 to 3 cities in one region. Example, Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam. For 2 to 3 weeks, you can cover 4 to 5 countries comfortably. If you're lucky with a month or more, then you can plan an epic north to south or east to west route. Remember, Europe isn't a race. You'll enjoy more if you slow down. Or as I like to say, it's better to drink 1 glass of wine slowly than spill 5 at once. Seasons change everything. Your route also depends on when you're traveling. Spring? Perfect for Western Europe, Paris, Amsterdam, Italian cities. Summer? Go north or to the islands, Scandinavia, Greece, Croatia. Autumn? Central Europe looks like a painting, Vienna, Prague, Budapest. Winter? Germany and Austria for Christmas markets or Switzerland for skiing. Basically, don't go to Greece in December expecting beaches. You'll just find yourself eating souvlaki in the rain. And that's it for episode 1. Now you know how to choose your perfect Europe route without turning your trip into a stressful marathon. In the next episode of the Europe Travel Guide series, we'll tackle another big question. When is the best time to visit Europe? Because trust me, going in July feels very different from going in December. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to Traverse XP, and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Your Europe adventure is just getting started.